Mastering ABAC policy auditing. ABAC policy auditing data is only as secure as its weakest link. Where can we identify and implement the best practices for ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our ABAC policy auditing data to achieve operational excellence in its management and utilization? To ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of ABAC policy auditing data and achieve operational excellence in its management and utilization, it is essential to identify and implement best practices across various domains. These best practices can be categorized into people, process, and technology. People. 1. Training and awareness. Provide regular training and awareness programs for auditors, administrators, and other stakeholders on the importance of data confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This will help them understand their roles and responsibilities in maintaining the security and integrity of the ABAC policy auditing data. 2. Accountability. Establish clear accountability for data management and utilization. Define roles and responsibilities for data ownership, data stewardship, and data custodianship to ensure that each stakeholder is aware of their obligations. 3. Access control. Implement role-based access control, RBAC, to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to sensitive auditing data. This includes controlling access to data, systems, and networks. Process. 1. Data classification. Develop a data classification schema to categorize ABAC policy auditing data based on its sensitivity and criticality. This will help identify the level of protection required for each category of data. 2. Data handling procedures. Establish standard operating procedures, SOPs, for data handling, including data creation, storage, transmission, and disposal. These procedures should ensure that data is handled in a secure and controlled manner. 3. Incident response. Develop an incident response plan to respond to potential security incidents, such as data breaches or unauthorized access. This plan should include procedures for containment, eradication, recovery, and post-incident activities. 4. Continuous monitoring. Implement continuous monitoring of ABAC policy auditing data to detect and respond to potential security threats. This includes monitoring for unauthorized access, data modifications, and system anomalies. Technology. 1. Encryption. Implement encryption technologies to protect ABAC policy auditing data both in transit and at rest. This includes using secure protocols, such as HTTPS, and encryption algorithms, such as ICE. 2. Access control mechanisms. Implement access control mechanisms, such as multi-factor authentication, to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to sensitive auditing data. 3. Data loss prevention, DLP. Implement DLP tools to detect and prevent unauthorized data exfiltration. 4. Backup and recovery. Establish a backup and recovery process to ensure that ABAC policy auditing data can be restored in case of a disaster or data loss. 5. Audit logging and analytics. Implement audit logging and analytics to track and monitor access to ABAC policy auditing data. This will help detect and respond to potential security incidents. 6. Network segmentation. Implement network segmentation to isolate sensitive auditing data from the rest of the network. 7. Vulnerability management. Implement a vulnerability management program to identify, classify, and remediate vulnerabilities in systems and applications that handle ABAC policy auditing data. Additional best practices. 1. Third-party risk management. Implement a third-party risk management program to assess the security risks associated with vendors, contractors, and other third-party providers who have access to ABAC policy auditing data. 2. Compliance and regulatory adherence. Ensure that ABAC policy auditing data management and utilization comply with relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards, such as GDPR, HIPAA, and NIST. 3. Metrics and reporting. Establish metrics and reporting mechanisms to measure the effectiveness of the data management and utilization practices. This will help identify areas for improvement and optimize the overall data management process. By implementing these best practices, organizations can ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of ABAC policy auditing data, achieve operational excellence in its management and utilization, and maintain the trust of stakeholders.